transition, you won't send people to the glass. The problem for New Mexico is they didn't do a great job on the transition, did they?
No, they didn't. San Diego State had some easy buckets. Their shooting percentage has been poor for both teams. The one exception to that is in transition, San Diego State's converted some buckets. New Mexico comes right out in that zone. We saw a lot of zone in the first half out of the Lobos.
A nice baseline cut there by Clements, but New Mexico the year both had 2 fouls. And now Nelson will get a call for a foul there on the drive by Hopkins. Open look for the 3, and Stamps couldn't put it down. Loose ball. Taylor grabbed it for New Mexico. Oh, and tried to dish it in. And Gage. Clements running that baseline. Hopkins spotted her. Hopkins wants a screen. And got the end one. She just beat the buzzer.
Everything well. She defends. She's athletic. Look at this bounce pass in transition as well. And there's not a weakness in her game.
Rebound there. And Gabrielle Clark in for the first time for San Diego State. And Harvey back into the game. Can't make the shot, but New Mexico can't grab the rebound. And Harvey at another. She can turn and shoot. Nice tie up there, Nelson. To block Taylor's shot. Reward at the other end. And they're still able to score, and now they have their largest lead of the game. And the Heat
going on with those 2 bigs on the floor.
Wow, that's much needed. Nikki Nelson's first basket, 36%. 3-ball shooter for New Mexico. And they need now to capture their lightning again from Wednesday when they strung a bunch of 3s together to stun UNLV. Torrance inside, block, Nahinu. San Diego State with a turn. Nelson puts up the quick one. Hoping to see if she can start a streak. 3 of their starters sitting there ready to check back. And why New Mexico fans love women's basketball, too, because the Lobos in the mid-2000s had an incredible run. They won this championship 5 out of 6 years.
Don Flanagan just retired this last year, the winningest coach of all time at New Mexico.
And this team, despite a tough regular season, trying to recapture some of that shocking glory, but there the miss by Durbin, and the save goes reverse this. Clements wide open. Great spot by Hopkins. Diego State trying to really lead this and win it wire to wire. How about that? Going to have to score points each time on offense. That's out much on offense, and Durbin, their best scorer, has not gotten going. Hits for San Diego State.
The San Diego State team, they've got a lot of talent coming back next year.
And you think 2 years ago when the women of the Aztecs won, as Taylor misses, and they had Janae Morris, who was a standout guard, Denise Smith, and they had extraordinary talent, experience.
But next year with more experience, I think that's when they're going to be dangerous.
These Aztecs also had a long, because anybody who's been around the Mountain West knows, men or women, how hard it is to travel and win on the road.
When you think about it, she took them to the NCAAs in 2009. That's the first time they'd been to the NCAA since '97, and that was the last year she was at San Diego State. And then to the Sweet 16 in 2010, they didn't get a bid in 11, and it'll be back to the NCAAs. And so 3 of 4 years really for the San Diego State team. Postseason play, impressive.
Well, they've clearly established themselves in this conference. It's 4th time in the last 5 years that these Aztecs have played in the championship game. And the only unfortunate part is it looks like next year will be their last year in this conference. As Clements puts it back. Sadly, as we've talked to Steve Fisher about as well, We're all learning. Basketball has nothing to say.
Yeah, oh no, it's a football-driven thing, no doubt.
Utter insanity that's going on in college sports right now as Torrance hits the layup, but now they start to celebrate. The San Diego State fans, which are also here, just like the Lobo fans. The Aztec fans are here for a doubleheader today, and they're applauding these women and win it again in March.
It is an impressive run. And the fact that San Diego State as an institution has both the men and women in the finals is an impressive feat.
And a little bit later, not much from now, the men will be trying to do what they did 2 years ago here, pull off a double. 2 years ago, as Blaine said, the women and the men for the Aztecs both won on this championship Saturday. But the New Mexico men had a much better season, with all honesty, than the New Mexico women did.
The New Mexico's in this finals is a surprise and a testament to a good run in the tournament. The New Mexico men, that's no surprise at all. We're talking about conference co-champions playing each other in the championship game. It doesn't get any better than that on the men's side.
And there's Hopkins taking it home. So Beals and Courtney Clements, the conference player of the year, 16 points. Hopkins now out. As the closing seconds wind down, New Mexico really did their best. Durbin, looks like she'll end this championship game without a made. Next year up to her second year, she has to replace Portia Torrance. She has to replace her point guard, Nikki Nelson. Lauren Taylor has come off, giving them terrific minutes today. 14 points. Lauren Taylor also senior. There's Portia Torrance.
I like Caroline Durbin to build around.
Yeah,
as a junior coming back. Yep.
But now San Diego State celebrates. They win the Mountain West Conference Championship. Regular season for the 5th time, and for the 2nd time they win the conference championship tournament, and they will go to the NCAAs. This is going through it for the first time.
Well, they did it with defense in this one this afternoon. And, Beth Burns at halftime said, hey, if we can hold them to 15 points again in the second half, we're going to be all right. Well, they didn't hold them to 15 in the second half, but they played great defense all game long. And that matches the season low point total for New Mexico of 43. And the lowest in conference play all season had been 44 against the San Diego State team earlier in the year. So,
well, San Diego State, he hopes to be...
You said you were 40 minutes away from the big dance in another championship. What does this win? You're dancing now. What does it mean for your program?
Well, it's terrific. I kind of think we skipped a step. I thought we had an opportunity. We had some talent, but we had a lot of new parts and a lot of new pieces. I can't thank my staff enough for helping with this young group to get everybody together. Really, really satisfying, really exciting.
Well, you get Coach of the Year, Player of the Year, Newcomer of the Year. You win the regular season and the tournament, but which one is your favorite accomplishment?
My favorite accomplishment is right now we're going to the NCAA tournament. Those individual awards don't mean a thing other than Leah Woods is a great recruiter as my associate head coach. We've got good players. We're going to the tournament. That's what matters.
Successful night for you guys. What would you say was the most impressive thing about your play today?
I think that we played as a team and that everybody contributed. Debbie Culverson played really big for us. Chelsea played big. Malia Nahinu, KT had a lot of rebounds. So I think we just all contributed in this game, and that's why we won. And I think that me and Chelsea both thought that we were going to be this good because that was our goal. We set goals for ourselves from the summertime, and this is exactly where we thought we would be.